This is my NANROBOT LS7. I had it for about coming upon a year. I only got 250 miles on it, but the other day I got my first flat. And one crazy thing about this scooter, when you're disconnecting, taking the wheel off, the motor off the scooter, there's usually a plug, like on typical scooters. There's a male-female plug within about a foot or two of the tire. This one doesn't have it. It's a solid 4 or 5 feet of wire. This goes to show you. This is what the gauge. It's real brittle, stiff stuff. I'm sure it's copper. I'm hoping it is. The plug you're seeing there, that's the Hall plug for that motor. Sorry. Yeah. So when you're doing this tire, you have to let go those 4 or 5 fasteners there on that bracket. Actually, no. It's back in there further. There's two same size Allens, I believe. 2 there, and then there's 2 more here, and that'll free up the cable. Then you have to get through some silicone RTV, whatever they put in the plug where this runs through the deck. Yeah, they yank that out. I don't know if this plug is going to make it out that hole. I didn't really consider that. But as long as I can get it off far enough and wrestle that tire off. This is pretty much like a Tesla, these scooters that really put out a lot of torque. Every time you gas it and brake real hard, that rubber is grinding into the asphalt. These tires don't last that long. And it has to do with the regenerative and the major torque when you're taking off. Yeah, every time I accelerate on this thing, in second, third gear, you can hear that tire breaking loose. It's not continually making contact. And because of that, man, I think that tire is going to wear quick. For 250 miles, I'd say I'm halfway through the tread on these already. One thing I did on this, I drilled through the deck. This is your stabilizer hold down here. The screws they had in there, they just had screws going into that aluminum deck. They were not sufficient enough. And I watched that bracket flex so much. And it actually, over time, those bolts pulled the threads out of that deck a little bit. And so I took that apart and drilled completely through, and I went with some, these are automotive grade, like I think grade 5. Whatever they are, they're pretty heavy duty. With some nice fender washers just to squeeze it real well so that that piece is holding. Anyways, yeah, my tire that I'm going with, I was thinking about this. It's tube type. This is the tire that I bought to replace it. It's the same profile and everything. It's called a 90 by 60 by 6.5. So the 6.5 is going to be actually the rim size. The 90 and the 60 have to do with your profile and tread width and whatnot. Same thing with that. It's the same numbers that the other tire has. But if you'll notice, these have more of a round profile. This one here looks kind of flat. And I'm thinking, I don't really lean into corners and stuff, but one of the things I like about being flat is I cut a piece of this vulcanized rubber that I get. I have a big roll of it, and it's probably 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little more. I don't know. I cut this strip to fit completely inside there, real clean and nice. It doesn't come up on the edges. It stays flat inside there, and I'm going to rough it up. I fit it to fit really well, and I even chamfered the edges here. You can see where they're going to come down the edge. So I'm going to glue it in there with this stuff here, this DAP. Slime works pretty good. I didn't have any in this tube this time. I'm going to keep these on hand for, I hate patching stuff, but yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rough the inside of this a little bit, rough the surface here that contacts inside there, and put a nice coat of that contact cement to really hold it. So I don't want this piece of rubber, when it gets warm, coming loose, pinching the tube or any of that kind of stuff. So it's got to be kept really clean to work well. Yeah, so that's going to go on there. I have no complaints about this scooter at all. It's pretty fun. One thing that has happened over that year, maybe 6 months into having this thing, I noticed the rear brake on the handle feels like there's air in the brake line. because it comes down further than it did before. I tried kind of bleeding it once. I got the little kit to bleed these. These are actually hydraulic fluid. No, they're mineral oil in there. There's no brake fluid, no DOT, regular automotive stuff. It's mineral oil. So if you have a problem with yours, keep that in mind. You got to buy the kit from Amazon or whatever. It comes with different little fittings on the end of a little horse tranquilizer needle looking thing. Yeah, but besides that, yeah, this tire here, I'm going to put this on there, and hopefully that piece stays glued in there really well. It should give me a little more protection with that slime you see right there, and with that liner in there. It should be pretty bulletproof, but we will see. All right, thanks.